At the start of Football Manager 2024, you will find Antonio Nusa at Club Brugge. He's 18 years old and represented Norway's under-21s 3 times. He's valued at £9 to £27 million and has a contract worth £7,750, which runs until 2027. Looking at his game, he can play as a wide player, either on the left or on the right, and can also play through the centre as a striker. Looking at his attributes, his game is built around his pace, his acceleration and his agility in the physicals. In the mental side of his game, he scores highly for bravery, flair and vision. And in the technicals, it's all about his crossing, dribbling, finishing, first touch, technique and his passing. He comes with some player traits which are tries tricks and likes to beat the opponent repeatedly. He is a player that has been around for a few football managers now, and I think he might actually be underrated by the game. But it's time to find out what will happen in his career in FM24. Let's push 5 years into the future to see how Antonio Nusa will develop. So it's now 2028 and we find Antonio Nusa has transferred to Chelsea. He's 23 years old and has now represented Norway 40 times, scoring 11 goals. Chelsea value him at 52 to £155 million and he has a contract that runs to 2031. Looking at the player himself, the development really has started to show in terms of the physicals, acceleration, agility, pace, stamina, all stand out. In the mentals, flair, off the ball, determination, anticipation, bravery and his work rate. And then in the technicals, it's all about his crossing, dribbling, first touch and technique, all scoring 16 now, with finishing, free kick taking, long shots and passing all scoring 13. He hasn't developed any more player traits, but looking at his playing career to see how he has got here, we can see that since he was at Brugge, he's been pretty much a first teamer, and that game time has really allowed him to develop. So he played a combined total of 66 games for Brugge before a £27 million move to Chelsea. Since he's been at Chelsea, he's played 35 games, 7 goals, 7 assists in the first season. In the second season, he played in 34 games, scoring 5 and assisting twice. And in the 27-28 season, he played 28 games, but he did score 10 goals and chipped in with a further assist. Looking at his average ratings, they have been above 7 every single season that he has been a first teamer, with a 7.21 average rating being the highlight. So the development is there for all to see, and the move to Chelsea has done him some good. Can he stay as part of Chelsea's first team, or will he need to move on to get that last step in his career? Let's jump to 2033 and find out what happens with Antonio Nusa. We have now jumped 5 years further forward. It's 2033 and we can see Antonio Nusa has swapped Chelsea for Real Madrid. He's 28 years old, has played for Norway 86 times, scoring 24 goals, and he's valued at £25 to £74 million with a contract that runs to 2035. By going to Madrid, it doesn't seem that there's been any more improvement in terms of him as a player, but he had reached a high level anyway and seems to have just levelled out. In terms of the physicals, it's still about his agility, acceleration, pace, strength and stamina. In the mentals, the flair is still there with the vision. He has good off the ball, composure. And then in the technicals, crossing of 17, dribbling of 16, first touch of 16 and technique still at 16. He now has finishing of 13, free kick taking of 14 and passing of 14. Looking at his playing stats to see how he has got to Madrid then, he was in and out of Chelsea's team, I'll be honest. 19 appearances in the 28-29 season and then 16 in the 29-30 season. That saw Real Madrid come and pick him up for £36 million. But he's been in and out of their team too. In the first season, he only played 1 game after signing, and then he had 10 games, 18 and 19, so he's building up nicely his first team football, but nothing spectacular in terms of the goals and assists. And unfortunately for him, he had a 7.22 average rating season, but he's been in and out of the 7s since he's been at Madrid. So will he stick it out at Real Madrid? Is he going to get the first team football he needs towards the end of his career? Let's jump 5 years further forward and see how Antonio Nusa will finish his career. So we've moved 5 years further forward. It's now 2038 and we find Antonio Nusa is still at Real Madrid, now 33 years old. He has represented Norway 103 times, scoring 32 goals. In the twilight of his career, he's only valued at £650,000 to £1.9 million, but does have a contract that runs until 2039. Looking at him, he has started to slow down now, as you would expect coming towards the end of his career, but he still has quite a lot of his natural abilities left. The agility, the flair, the crossing, the first touch and the technique all still stand out. Looking at his playing career then to see how he have got to this point of his career. So he actually, when we left him at Real Madrid, has been all over the place, it seems. So he left Real Madrid in 32-33 to go to Liverpool for £50 million, which was an interesting move. He played there 29 times, scoring twice in the first season, then 33 times and 9 goals, 18 and 4, before he had a loan move to Arsenal. Interesting choice for Liverpool to allow him to go there. Played there 9 times, didn't score, didn't assist. Then went back to Liverpool, played 16 times, scoring 3 goals, and then finally ended up back at Real Madrid in the 37-38 season, where he actually played 12 times, scoring twice and having an assist. So in a topsy-turvy way, he has had a brilliant career, playing for Brugge, then Chelsea, then Real Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal, and back to Real Madrid, where he will probably finish his days out. If we go in and look at his milestones to see if he has won any major competitions, going back to the beginning then, at Brugge he was winning down here, but it's really when he went to Chelsea. So Carabao Cup runner-up, he was a La Liga champion at Real Madrid 2 seasons in a row. They won the Copa del Rey 3 seasons in a row, the Supercopa de España, another La Liga, Premier League champions with Liverpool and a Carabao Cup runner-up, Super Cup winners, Champions League winner, Carabao Cup winner, Champions League winner with Arsenal is interesting. He was on loan there from Liverpool, so he won it back-to-back seasons with 2 different teams, and then he nearly won it again with Liverpool as they would finish as a runner-up. A fantastic career he has had then. Looking at some of the individual awards he's had, Europa League Young Player of the Season, Premier Division Young Player of the Month for April whilst at Chelsea, and then he won it for May, Norwegian Players Dream Team of the Year, Europa League Young Player of the Season, Norwegian Players Dream Team of the Year once again, Premier Division Team of the Week, Seasonal Best 11s. As we get in towards the end of his career, the personal accolades did start to dry up. However, Norwegian Player of the Year in 2035 and Players Player of the Year, that's an interesting one, probably down to the Champions League win. And then he went back to Liverpool, where he was named in the Norway Seasonal Best 11 and Liverpool's Seasonal Best 11 for his final season before he went back to Real Madrid. So what a fantastic player Antonio Nusa has turned out to be. I did mention at the start of the video, I do think that people have slept on him a little bit, and I think he's a fantastic footballer with bags and bags of potential. Hopefully this video just proves it. He does finish his career with 65 goals from 405 games, but as he's more about the assists, I do think that the goal scoring probably could have been a little bit better, but that's the only knock I can have on him. He seems to be a fantastic player and one I would absolutely sign on any game if I could get my hands on him. Right then, if you're still with me at this point of the video, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you could hit the like and subscribe to the channel, I really would appreciate it. Cannot thank you all enough for the support you've given me across the past couple of months. The start of the FM24 cycle has been really, really good, and I've enjoyed interacting with people that come by, leave the comments. It's been fantastic. Before you go, don't forget to check out the rest of the channel. There are hints, tips, tutorials, wonderkids, let's plays, a little bit of something for everybody on the channel. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on another video very soon.